Good morning, good morning. Monday morning, and yeah, we're rolling. But I ain't trying to do a whole lot, man. I don't feel like it, dude. You know, I guess, you know, there's so many, you know, this social media thing, you know, for a guy like me, it's hardcore, man. And it's a difficult thing to navigate, you know, coming from where I come from, man, and my mental makeup. You know, I take everything so personal, and I shouldn't, but I do. You know, well, I just don't know how. I don't know how to be any other way, right? I don't know how. And you know, learning the ropes of the social media, I'm learning it, and it ain't all pretty for sure. But you know, it is what it is. I'm always do what I think is right, you know, whether people agree with it or not. So yeah, I know I'm gonna do the easy part over here. I'm just looking and thinking at the same time. So yeah. So I had a couple guys, you know, coming in the comments, and one guy was saying, you know, and a lot of times when I talk about the comments and all, y'all, I might come off a little more salty than what I really am. But a lot of times when I talk about the comments, that's just what's on my mind. And not that I take any comment that serious or whatever. I just share it with you guys, my thoughts on some of it, just for content and for, you know, just what I think about certain things. So, you know, so I had one guy come in the comments, and he's salty too, boy. He's mad about something. I don't know. What you so mad for? I don't understand. He comes at me and, you know, like, you know, like, man, you taking the comments too personal. You taking you taking this YouTube thing too serious. You know. Well, let me tell you, man, when you put the time, energy, and effort into a YouTube channel and videos like I do, it's hard for me not to take shit personal. Because I spend a lot of time on the YouTube videos and everything that it takes to do that. You know, so, and there's a lot that it takes to do it, and I'm not even doing it at a high level. I couldn't imagine, you know, folks that are doing it at a high level, because I'm not, you know. But like I was saying, there's a lot that goes into this YouTube thing that a lot of people might not even think about. You know, just a couple of little things, and this is nothing spectacular. You know, this camera right here, what, $350? And this camera right here about the same. And then the camera that you're on too. You know, and then, you know, the editing software. And then, you know, in order to edit videos, you gotta have damn near a supercomputer to edit 4K videos. So, you know, when people come at me, and not at me, however you want to look at it, when people come in the comments and they're saying, Ray, you taking things too serious or whatever, well, they ain't spent near a dollar on a camera. Not near a dollar. And they ain't spent no time, energy, and effort trying to, you know, just be informative really is all I'm trying to do. You know, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to, you know, I don't have a, you know, a hidden agenda here. You know, it's just, you know, I just, you know, I mean, any of you guys that watch the channel, y'all know what I'm talking about. And one guy come in the comments, you know, you can't never satisfy everybody. It doesn't seem like. One guy the other day coming to comment, the Duramax guy or whatever, well, if you ain't making no money on YouTube, why don't you show it? I showed it. Well, why ain't you saying nothing? Huh? See, I get real offended by when guys come in the comments and they're, you know, and like I'm lying. Like I'm going to take the time to lie about things that are easily proven a lie. I don't roll like that, man. I don't know, man. Maybe you do. But one guy coming in the comments was, well, you won't have a problem showing how much you make on YouTube then. No, I don't have a problem, and I showed you. So then I did that. So then another guy comes in the comments and saying, yeah, but you're not talking about all the money that Exmark and Skag and Steel's giving you. Look, man, I have not got one sponsor, y'all. Not one. Don't you think that if I had a big manufacturer sponsorship that I would be bragging like hell? I don't have none of that. Not none. Every piece of equipment I got, ain't nobody gave me nothing. Steel ain't gave me an air mower, narrow weed eater or blower. Exmark ain't gave me an air mower, and neither has Skag. They ain't even gave me a freaking hat. So, I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about the money that Skag and Steel give me or whatever. Just showing how stupid you are, dude, when you say things like that. Don't be stupid, you know? And it'd be cool if the guy that said that would read his comment before he hits reply. Just read it first before you hit the comment word, you know, to send it. Because if you would read the comment first before you send it, your comment before you send it, you might see all the ways it can be construed, you know. That's a wrap on the day. We got everything in a pretty good spot for me to be able to take a couple of days off. So I had one guy come in the comments and he was asking me, you know, why I only run the skid steer in the winter time. Well, it ain't really that. It's not really that. It's more about having time. See, I don't have time in the summertime to do skid steer work. Well, you know, not a lot. In the last couple of seasons, you know, when we get in the middle of the summer, I have such labor problems that I can't really, it undermines my confidence in being able to send folks to do the lawn care where I can chase the skid steer work. So that's kind of been the issue all this time. When I bought the skid steer, you know, I just bought it for, I don't know, just winter work, and you know, and learn, and then learn some more, and just basically just learn how to run the machine, not tear nothing up, and learn what it can and can't do, and what I can make it do or not. And a lot of jobs that you can do with a skid steer that at this point I'm not qualified for. So, you know, it's all a big learning process. And, you know, I mean, it's the truth. You know, getting a skid steer is not like buying a lawnmower. Because, you know, lawnmowers, I have been mowing grass, you know, since I was a kid. The skid steer works a lot different. And there's a lot more things that can go wrong with a skid steer too. From everywhere, you know, from getting it to the job, chaining it down, making sure that it's, you know, running good, watching out for hydraulic leaks, make sure you chain it down DOT style. There's just a lot of things that when you think of skid steer, you don't, you know, you just want, a lot of people just think about how much money you can make with one. Well, doing what? What are you going to do with it? You know, are you grading? Well, I mean, if you never graded before, then, you know, learning how to grade is that's quite a challenge. You know, well, for me, you know, I mean, it's easier said than done. And you know, just because you own a machine doesn't mean that you can make money with it. It doesn't. And then you got to look at it from like this: what do you want to do, right? Like during the summer, we cut so much grass that I don't really even feel like doing any more work other than just the grass. Now, you know, because it's so hot down here where I'm at, and it's just not appealing to me, you know, to get in the skid steer. And even though I can make more money, but can I? Sure, I can make more money if I can get enough work, but I can't spend a bunch of time chasing skid steer work and letting my lawn care customers fall by the side. See, there's a fine balance there. I'm not a part-time lawn care guy. I mean, I'm full-time. So, you know, we do over 100 properties, and some of the properties are big and some of them are not so big, but most of them are pretty big, you know. And when I say 100 properties, that really doesn't tell you anything, because I can go up in this little neighborhood right here and have 30 in one spot and do that in one morning, you know. But when I tell you 100 properties, they're big properties, and you know, and they're repetitive, and I'm not gonna lose the repetitive work trying to get skid steer work. So that's kind of, you know, in a nutshell, that's the only way I know how to explain it, you know. And I know that answer is not going to be good for everybody, but that answer is the truth of what's up, you know. That's the whole gist of everything, because of the mere fact that I got so many lawn care customers, and I do okay with skid steer, you know, and I make money with it. And you know, one guy was saying, well, man, all the time that it sits, it's just depreciating. Well, that may be so, but if you take it out and tear something up by getting into stuff you don't know what you're doing, then, you know, yeah, and the depreciation on it is pretty minimal, you know, when you can put it under a cover and use it only to make top dollar on things I'm comfortable doing with it. There's a lot of work out there for skid steers, but I don't know how to do all of it. You know, don't know how to price it. I'm learning all of that. Meanwhile, back in the Bat Cave, I'm having to maintain my bills and stuff too, and I'm having to manage all these lawn care customers. So, you know, and then, you know, there's only so much time, energy, and effort I want to devote toward working out here in this heat. I love doing the skid steer work in the wintertime. I love it. Yeah, there's more money in it, of course, but that ain't really why I like it. I mean, yeah, I like making good money, but I'm gonna make good money no matter what I decide to do. I am. It's really about me learning the ropes of the skid steer game, and owning my own equipment puts me in the driver's seat of that, because I don't have to hurry up and get it back to the rental place or whatever. I can take my time with stuff and learn the business and learn what I can make the skid steer do, and then learn how to put it in the best scenario to make the most money in the minimum time. The same way I do the lawnmowers. It's taking a little bit longer with the skid steer, but when I do work the skid steer, and I do, you know, I mean, I do okay with it. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I do okay with it, you know. Every time I take it out, I'm making $1,000, give or take. Now, sometimes I'll make less than that if it's real close by or whatever. And I save a lot of money by having it too. Like, you know, like I could have never got that asphalt driveway that I got if I hadn't had the skid steer. That would not have happened. So, but that's why I don't, it ain't that I'm against working the skid steer in the summertime. I'm not against it, it's just about how much time I got. I'm not going to drop a bunch of lawn care customers and for a one-time skid steer job. See, that's the biggest thing with the skid steer is, well, it's a one-time job, a two-time job, you know, once a year type work, you know, that I might do with it. And there's a lot of things you can do with a Bobcat. I just don't know everything that I can do with it. So that's where I'm coming from on that. And you know, a lot of guys come in the comments and they're saying, well, you should have been letting them cut all the grass on you so you could do skid steer work. I don't have skid steer work lined up in the summertime. Maybe I'm losing money, but I'm only one person, and there's so many things I have to think about already. I don't want to put any more on my plate. And considering now, if I, you know, had to make a, you know, $800 a month payment on it, well, then I'd probably think a little bit different. But when I first got the skid steer, I worked the brakes off of it, and you know, learning the machine, and breaking down, and all of that. There's a fine line when you got an older machine. Keep it running, and only do jobs that you know that you can do and make money at. When you got an older machine like that, because if it breaks down, you're not making nothing, and it's a lot of trouble if it breaks down to get it to a shop. A lot of trouble. It could take, you know, I mean, it could take $500 to get it to the shop. And I'm not doing any lawn care while I'm doing all that. And then I might have to pay $2,500 at the shop. Because if it breaks down on a job, then, well, you ain't just, well, what you gonna do? You know, I mean, call a tow truck? You can, but they gonna call it. Hey, you better hope a tow truck can get to it. There's a lot of things that you got to think about when you're doing skid steer work. If you're me, now I don't know. I know there's a lot of other people out there that might. Well, they, you know, they're renting the machine. They ain't got nothing to lose. They put down, you know, they'll put the skid steer down in the swamp. Who cares? Because it's costing them, you know, $500 a day rental. See, with me, I put it in a damn swamp. Well, I got major issues to get it out of there. You know. I'm just real funny about the skid steer and where I take it and where I put it. You know. That's just me, and I'm not saying I'm right. I do have a disclaimer. But that's just how I've been doing it. And I will eventually venture off and do more skid steer work. And I do a pretty good bit now. You know. But just not from June to August. I got a $10,000 skid steer job that I'm going to be doing as soon as the leaves start falling, and I'm not doing any more lawn care work. Well, Ray, you need to go be doing that job right now. I could, probably, but I'd rather wait until I can really focus on it instead of going and working one day on a skid steer job and then having to do lawn care for 2 or 3 days. And then come back to the skid steer job. That's a lot of running around. So, and I never said that I'm doing things right. But that's the way I'm doing things. Not that I'm right, not that I'm wrong, but that's just how I've been doing it. And you have to look at, you know, a few things you have to look at. You know, you have to look at the overall picture. What does skid steer cost me versus what I've made with it versus what maintenance and fixes I've had to put in it. You know, You got to be thinking about all, and how much money does it generate per year for my business. You got to step back from. You can't get so wound up in skid steer, because if I take that skid steer out every day, I'm going to start having some mechanical problems with it. I know I am. Especially during the summer, because it's so hot. These machines, man, and then you know it caught on fire. I mean, that takes a little bit of your nerve too, just saying, when you're in it. You know, I don't want it to catch on fire again, because next time it'll probably be a total loss. And then I got nothing. I said nothing. So I'll pick and choose what skid steer jobs I do, and based on what I'm comfortable doing. And I'm not desperate for money or work. That goes back to managing your money correctly too. I manage my money in a way to where I don't never feel desperate. It ain't always been like that, but that's how I do it now. I don't have to do a lot of the jobs that you guys see me do. I do it because, well, I'm working, and like yesterday when I tore those tree bush things out, that's extra work to me. That's extra money. I did it with skid steer. I did it in 15 minutes. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I know the customer's going to pay me very good, and I know that it wasn't going to wear the machine out. And I knew it wasn't going to be running all day long. Win, win, win. Bam, put that money in the pocket. Park the skid steer, and then wait on the next job to come up that I want to do. Again, if I was an idiot with my money that I make during the summer, then I might be forced to do jobs that I'm not comfortable doing. And to me, when I have to work like that, under that kind of pressure, I don't do so well. That's just me. I like to stay ahead of the 8 ball. I like to build that's just, I don't know, man, you know. When I was 30 and you put a skid steer in my damn garage, I'd have been taking that thing every freaking where I could take it. Because I didn't really, you know, I wouldn't really know the best scenario to put it in. When you got an older machine like that, you got to kind of watch it. You got to kind of watch it, man. You know, and it's a 2008 model. So, and it's got 4,000 hours on it. So you got to kind of start. You know, it ain't like a brand new machine where, you know, you can just do it. You know, you can put it on anything. It got warranty and everything, and when things break on that machine, I have to pay for it. And there is no $100 fixes. It's $500, $800, $2,000, $2,500. So that's why I don't do a lot of skid steer work in the summertime. But if the price is right, I'll do it. If I want to, if it's something that I want to do. You know, just like the video yesterday, when you're an entrepreneur out here and you're, you know, responsible for equipment and paying everything and making sure that you got everything that you need to run and make money, you have to, you don't fall under what normal people would do. You don't have to, as long as you're smart with your money. Well, you can make 5 or 10 times more with the skid steer. Yeah, I could if I had the work that I'm comfortable doing, that the machine can handle. Those are the things I think about when people call me for skid steer work. And then, you know, having to deal with all these folks that don't know me, and I don't know them. I don't like that either. You know, I mean, if it was up to some of these folks, they'd have me out there with a skid steer all day long making $600. So, you know, just because you own a skid steer does not mean that you can make money with it on the reg. I want to learn the skid steer and be able to price jobs and everything with the skid steer just like I do the lawnmowers. That's my goal. I ain't there yet. Not yet. But the good thing is, I'm not pressured. I can pick and choose, and I can learn and take my time learning everything I need to learn, just like I had to do in the lawn care game. The only thing is about it is the lawn care game is I had to keep spending money to learn, you know. But I got the infrastructure, everything required to do Bobcat work. I got the big trailer, the 14K trailer. I got the big truck. I can do, I mean, I got a bunch of attachments. So, the big money will come with time and experience. I ain't in no hurry. I own the machine. I don't have to be. It's paid for. Been paid for. Shit. I've had it for about 2.5 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. I've had it about 3 years. And it was paid for after the first 8 months. You know? Oh, y'all, hope everybody has a good evening and all that. And y'all know what it is. It's Sammy Monday. Peace out.